Coach Fritz here with Invictus Nutrition. I want to talk about leisurely versus stressful steps. I wrote an article about this probably a few months ago. This is an interesting idea. We all wear these fitness trackers, whether it's Fitbit, Whoop, Garmin, even your phone can track how many steps you take throughout the day. So people will come to me, whether they are people desiring fat loss or people desiring to gain some muscle mass or body mass, and they say, I'm very active. I do walk 12,000 steps a day. Okay, let's look at those steps. How many of them are leisurely steps that you are taking that are going to benefit you positively? And we're talking in a hormonal sense, and we'll get to that in a moment. How many of those are stressful steps? So if you are walking in a way that is stressful, i.e. you're at work and you are rushing around and you're thinking about all the things that you have to do that day, or you're thinking about all the things you just did that morning or that week that you could have done better, that you need to adjust, that you need to fix. Those aren't stress-free steps. Those aren't leisurely steps. Those are steps that you are taking when your cortisol, your stress hormone, is high. So those steps aren't doing you a beneficial service. Yes, you're burning calories, but one could argue that the calories that you're burning during taking those super stressful steps don't have a positive endocrine response, positive hormonal response that follow that up. Like with exercise, you're stressing the body with movement, and you get a positive hormonal response from exercise. You get increases in testosterone, growth hormone, and a cascade of other hormones that are going to help you build muscle and burn fat. So that's a stressful activity with a bunch of positive stuff that comes with that. When you are taking stressful steps at work or stressful steps in your life, you're mulling about some stressful situation, you're walking around, those steps don't count either towards your personal benefit or health increase, right? You're just spinning your wheels because there is no positive endocrine or hormonal response. So instead, I want to introduce this idea of leisurely stepping. And most of us do this naturally when we go out on the weekends to go hiking, or we go camping, or we go for a relaxing walk around our neighborhood. Those are leisurely steps. And in my opinion, those steps are much more powerful than the steps we take at work. If you're trying to track how many steps you take and, I should be losing weight because I'm doing 10,000. Excuse me, Jesus. Sorry. The wind out here is insane right now. It looks like a storm's blowing in. Okay, let's press on. So, leisurely steps. Go out for a walk. Enjoy the weather, no matter what it is. Look around. Even if you've walked around this route a million times, there are new things to see, new things to discover. Interacting with your environment, with your eyes, with your body is going to help you to lower cortisol. So now you're turning your walk into a stress-reducing activity. Not just mental stress, but physiological, biological, measurable stress. If we're measuring your glucocorticoids, they would decrease during and after this walk, as opposed to increasing during your stressful steps at work. Now, how does this help with body fat loss? Good luck losing body fat if you're stressed all the time. It's not going to happen. This also ties in with sleep and eating well. If you are not eating well, that's a form of stress, right? Because your body's not getting the nutrition that it needs to support basic functions. If you're not sleeping enough, you're not repairing your brain and your body from all of the stress that you're putting yourself through during the day, during the week. So once again, your body's not going to want to let go of body fat. So to help you lose body fat, you must work on adding some leisurely steps into your life. This will help you reduce your glucocorticoids, your cortisol levels, and that will lead to better sleep and better recovery in the gym and more fat loss. On the other side of this equation, if you want to gain body weight or muscle mass, this also holds true. If you're stressed, your body's not going to want to spend the extra energy to build muscle mass, to build body weight, right? So if we reduce our stress and we reduce our steps during the day, that's less energy expended in a negative way, which means I only need to eat a certain amount of calories to gain weight now. If I do a bunch of extra pointless, stressful steps throughout the day, now I have to eat extra food to gain more weight. So now you're putting your digestive system under more stress because you need to eat more food. So leisurely steps are good for fat loss and for gaining muscle.